in by Friday the 3rd of February, and the preparatory e-tutorial will run from the 14th of January. Before you attempt this assignment, I think that it is crucial that you should first of all have a think about the nature of the archaeological evidence that you might be basing your discussion on. That is the purpose of this e-tutorial. I would like you to consider what types of archaeological evidence you might expect to help you recognize the two issues from the assignment question. These are domination and abuse, and also prosperity and technological sophistication. Would you please send a message to this forum that gives a few thoughts on these two aspects of archaeological evidence? Remember that the evidence may have to be quite subtle. For example, in Britain we are lucky enough to have the World Heritage Site Hadrian's Wall. Now you might think that this is evidence of political domination in the form of a military presence, but is it? And if so, how did it operate? Did Hadrian's Wall help to defend the empire from those outside? Or was it a statement of power for those within the empire itself? If indeed its purpose was truly military, perhaps it was actually a customs barrier, there to levy tax on goods entering and leaving the empire, and hence not directly concerned with military force at all. Or perhaps building it kept the legions busy for several years, out of harm's way in northern Britain, where they were unlikely to be plotting the downfall of the incumbent emperor. Remember that the archaeological evidence can be interpreted in different ways. You may need to explain why you interpret the evidence as supporting or not one of the aspects listed above. The first thing to do before you answer the assignment question is to choose your two empires. Firstly, make sure that you have chosen an empire as opposed to a state or city, for example. Next, ensure that you have enough evidence to support writing 1,500 words. You will need enough evidence from both of your empires to support both aspects listed above. This will be far easier for some empires than for others. You may save yourself a lot of time by choosing your empires wisely. I have found that the human past strays into history quite a lot for some of the empires that it covers, rather than sticking purely to archaeology. Remember that many of our empires are coming into the historic period where we have written records for them. It is okay to use historical evidence in your assignment, but you must recognize it as not being archaeological evidence. Make sure that you understand the difference between the two and that this comes over clearly in your assignment. Again, please use me as a resource if you are unsure about any of this. Good luck with your final assignment for A251.